everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Here are the When Calls the Heart Season 13 production dates. Hearties who have been begging for more When Calls the Heart Season 13 updates should be thrilled. An industry publication has published the production schedule dates. The show's costume designer, Barbara Gregasova, is already on the set. How soon will the cast be there? Here are all the details about the upcoming schedule. Hearties who have been waiting for news of When Calls the Heart Season 13 should be thrilled with the latest update. Late on Friday, Creative BC published the upcoming production dates. The 13th season is scheduled to start production on July 1. Production will last until October 22. Hallmark films the series on the Jamestown film set just outside of Vancouver, BC, Canada. When Calls the Heart Season 12 ended with a shocking cliffhanger. Elizabeth and little Jack left their beloved Hope Valley to go to Cape Fullerton. This is where Jack's mother lives. Moreover, they have the proper medical facilities that can best care for the young boy's diabetes. Right before they left town, Nathan and Allie joined them. Now the big question is, how long would these four characters live away from their Hope Valley friends? New showrunner Joy Gregory has not shared a lot of information on what happens next. However, she did indicate that Nathan and Bill have a big situation to deal with that is close to Hope Valley. In addition, Season 13 will show Elizabeth going through a lot. She has a young son with diabetes. This will force her character to grow in many ways. But Gregory has also cautioned that they will not dwell on little Jack's diabetes. One big question that Hearties have is whether or not Elizabeth and Nathan will get married or at least be engaged. Joy Gregory is not sharing any of that information. As for Lucas Bouchard, it appears that he will be the former governor, as he will be living in Hope Valley full-time. Moreover, Chris McNally's character will have a very active storyline. But she did not elaborate on what he will be doing. Moreover, she did not share whether Edie Martell will be part of his life or the series. Also, she promised more of Henry Gowan. Hearties noticed that Martin Cummins was not in a lot of Season 12 storylines. But she promises that there will be a big storyline for him. As for other storylines, there should be more information forthcoming as they start filming in July. That also includes announcements of guest stars. Hearties, what are you most excited to see in When Calls the Heart Season 13? Is there a storyline that resonates with you? Moreover, who would you like to see return? Do you want Melissa Gilbert to return as Georgie McGill? What about Paul Green as Dr. Carson Shepard? Please share your wishes and opinions in the comments below. A silvery dawn breaks over Hope Valley, dust motes dancing in the morning sun as the camera sweeps across freshly tilled fields. The hush is pregnant with promise, and this is the moment we realize that Season 13 may just be the most profound chapter yet in the beloved saga of When Calls the Heart. After 12 seasons steeped in community, love, and overcoming adversity, Season 13 arrives like a letter in the post, warmly familiar, brimming with possibility, and impossible to ignore. Episode 1, Seeds of Change. Elizabeth Thornton, now Hallmark's emblem of grace and tenacity, steps onto the rebuilt town hall steps to greet a fresh wave of settlers. Among them is Clara Bennett's niece, Marin, an aspiring journalist with a sharp mind and sharper wit, who's come to document a community at the crossroads of past and future. Elizabeth's steady hand steadies the anxious townsfolk as they prepare for a winter unlike any other, a winter that may define their future. Key moments. Elizabeth shares a knowing glance with Nathan Grant, now a mountain of a man carrying his own hidden burdens. A rumor that the railway will be sold sparks whispers of opportunity and fear. Jack Thornton, ever the thoughtful husband, quietly restores an old clock tower, breathing new life into a symbol of unity. Episode 2, Echoes of the Past. The past, as it always does, creeps in. A stranger arrives with letters from Mountie Constable Bill Avery, missing for years, hinting at a possible return. The emotional tremors ripple. Elizabeth fights hope and fear in equal measure, while Nathan prepares for both reunion and heartbreak. Meanwhile, Marin hunts for the origin of the letters, uncovering half-forgotten secrets related to the early years of Hope Valley. Minor plot twists. Rose, the town's fashion-forward connoisseur, unearths a scandalous diary belonging to an early settler. A snowstorm cuts connectivity, forcing townsfolk to rely on one another, igniting both confrontations and reconciliations. Abigail Stanton's youthful wisdom guides a group of children who embark on an innocent yet treacherous sledding adventure, resulting in community laughter and heartfelt rescues. Episode 3. Crossroads and Conversations. Winter's grip loosens. With thawing ground and thawing hearts, the railway rumor resurfaces, this time with a buyer ready to pioneer expansion. The town is split. Some yearn for prosperity, others fear the erosion of their close-knit essence. Theodore and Florence, now pillars of the church, wrestle with leading their flock through uncertainty, while Elizabeth convenes a town meeting where a passionate plea for balance and community identity echoes through the hall. Character beats. Nathan confronts his role as sheriff, wondering if he's a protector of people or of tradition. Marin and Rosemary blossom in friendship, collaborating on an issue of the press that explores generational memory. Jack's clock tower restoration draws townspeople into its small scaffolded circle, each helping in their own way, and feeling renewed connection. Episode 4. The Distance Between. Distance isn't just physical. Elizabeth takes a brief journey, maybe to Vancouver, maybe deeper, maybe even to a memory, when she receives a letter from her long-absent father, Benedict Thornton, begging reconciliation. Simultaneously, Bill Avery's letters grow more insistent. He might be in danger in the far north, investigating a mining dispute. Elizabeth and Nathan must split their duties. She journeys north for truth, while he secures Hope Valley against encroaching tension. Emotional arcs. The tension of Elizabeth forging a path between honoring her father and preserving her heart. Nathan's stoic exterior cracks when he confides to Clara that he's afraid of losing Elizabeth to the same father she lost once before. Marin steps up in Elizabeth's absence, her weaver's hands uniting stories from newcomers and old-timers. Episode 5. When the Heart Knows. Elizabeth arrives at a mining camp nestled between cedar trees and snow-capped peaks. She interviews Benedict and the grieving families caught in a lawsuit that threatens both resolution and justice. Bill Avery himself is found in an injured heap. He's been wounded in a collapse, and his loyalty is tested. Does he stay to protect Elizabeth or return to Hope Valley with her? Meanwhile, back home, tensions boil over at the town meeting over the railway. Plot threads converge. Bill's injury spurs Elizabeth to reconsider how far she'll go for justice and love. Nathan navigates a tense standoff with the railway's VIP investors, drawing from memories of his Mountie training. Jack's clock tower bell rings again, drawn from the scaffold's core, and becomes a rallying cry for unity.